Soul Motion, Don and Dewey. I'm so glad that record's here. Ted McQuiston, just thank you, man, once again. You're also responsible for getting a hold for me that Frank This Is It record, the one where the cat's crying in the background, doing his number. Cliff, what was his name? Cliff Jackson, and the girl's name is a really strange name, so I can't remember it. At any rate, Don and Dewey before that, Beautiful Day, and Ron Davis, It Ain't Easy. Just a whole bunch of singles came in today that are really groovy singles, so. And a new one by Vivian Stanshall from the Bonza Dog Band. I'm going to play a little later. Came out on Liberty. Paper Round, Vivian Stanshall, and Boheno. I always think of those two things together, however. Come on in.
Oh, thank you. Hi.
Welcome to our new store, the Brass Booth.
Oh, wow, it's really beautiful in here. It's really nice. I never saw such a place.
Come in and take a look around.
Oh, thanks. Wow, you got everything in here. I was looking for a pair of shoes.
You came to the right place.
Oh, really? Oh, this is a shoe store. Oh, I never saw such a place in my life. You've got everything here. Belts, shoes, two-tone, high-top boots. Everything I could want. Is that a Russian wolfhound in the corner?
Yes, that's Boris.
Oh, wow.
Sit down, have a glass of wine.
Oh, thanks. Good wine.
Nunbush's Brass Booth, 1440 Polk near California. Open Friday till 9.
Do you deliver?
That's from the new Dave Mason album. Shouldn't have took more than you gave. Anyway, I'm never going to get tired of that album, man. It's just really just so fine and mellow and pretty in your ears. It's called Alone Together. It's on Blue Thumb, and the release date was today. So that if you go out to your record stores tomorrow, or like some of them, like I think Tower's open till midnight. That gives you about a half hour left, and I think maybe Music Odyssey is open until midnight. You can run down and get your very own and put it on your stereo system and just have yourself some fine music for the rest of your life, or the life of the record. And knowing that record, you'll probably have to buy a couple of copies. Vivian Stanshall before that, and his new single, Paper Round, and 2 Graham Bond things. I couldn't stand it anymore from the first Graham Bond album that was on Pulsar, just called Graham Bond, where he did everything except the drumming, and Hal Blaine did the drumming. And then a Graham Bond album off of Warner Brothers English LP called Solid Bond, with all kinds of folks on it. Let's see here. Graham Bond, Jack Bruce, Ginger Baker, Dick Hextall-Smith, John Heisman, and John McLaughlin. Solid Bond on Warner Brothers. And it's unfortunate because it's a 2-record set, and both records have this very bad warp at the very beginning. So that wipes out 4 songs that we can't play off the album already. Thanks a lot, Warner Brothers. We really appreciate it. You could send us a new copy, you know.
Oh, Susie.
Jose Feliciano has a new album called Fireworks. On it, he sings today's classics like you've never heard them sung before. Besides Susie Q, you'll hear songs like Yesterday, Norwegian Wood, Blackbird, and Satisfaction. Now you can get the explosive Feliciano version of these great songs. If you don't know them, perhaps Feliciano's new album is the greatest way you can catch up with him. Jose Feliciano's newest album is Fireworks. You'll find it on RCA Records and Tapes.
This is KSAN Stereo 95 in San Francisco and Oakland. This is Dusty until 2 with music and things just for you. 3 beautiful downers. Irma Thomas, Wish Someone Would Care. Carolyn Sullivan with Dead, that's a single on Phillips that broke twice and didn't make it either time. And Endless Sleep, an old one, Joni Reynolds. And that's another one of those old singles that Ted McQuiston brought in. I'm having a good time tonight because there's a lot of stuff he brought in, about 5 or 6 of them. And Tony played them all, but I'm going to play them all again. You know, it's like kids with new toys. When we've got new records to play, there's no limit to how often you're going to hear it in one day alone. Movies. San Cedar Cinema starting a brand new show on Wednesday. It's Uri Zohar's Every Bastard a King. It's a unique 6-day war that emerges as a moment of truth for an American correspondent, his Israeli-born wife, and the citizens of Israel. The excitingly contemporary theme and technique makes this the finest Israeli film to date. Playing with it is Visconti's The Stranger with Marcello Mastroianni, who's always a gas to watch. It's based on Albert Camus' Algerian novel. It is in French, and it's in color. 2 films to be seen by everybody interested in the world around him. That's starting Wednesday at the San Cedar Cinema down there on Cedar Street. That's Uri Zohar's Every Bastard a King and Visconti's The Stranger. Make it down to see him anytime after Wednesday, or starting Wednesday. Are you ready for a little rock and roll out there? That's Sha-Na-Na, and no more rock and roll music like that. That's from the album Bill Graham's Fillmore East. Rock and roll is here to stay on Kama Sutra Records. They were such a gas to watch in Woodstock, the movie, that is, because they're just really outrageous. Oh, love them all. And then before that, The Real Thing from the Randells and the Martian Hop, which I'm afraid has stood on about its last legs, and Eddie Cochran with Summertime Blues. That's on, the Martian Hop is on London Records, and Liberty Records, what Eddie Cochran is on. And they're both singles, or all singles except for the Sha-Na-Na one. Oh, of course. Do I have anything to say, or did I already said it? I'm way ahead of myself. Total Destruction to Your Mind, Mind, Mind. That's Swamp Dogg from a new album that's out on Canyon Records. I understand they're going to change the cover of it, because the first cover is a little hard to determine what it is. It took the cat from Canyon Records to come up and tell me about it before I understood it. It's really a picture of him sitting on a train, on the back end of a train in the snow. But the way the photograph was taken, it's a little hard to tell that. And it looks like he's in his underwear, so it's even weirder. Which he is, actually, on the front. Clarence Carter before that, Thread the Needle and Looking for a Fox, from the first album he had out on Atlantic Records. This is Clarence Carter. And Sweet Soul Music, Arthur Conley. And Arthur Conley and Otis Redding wrote that song together. Oh, come on, man. There you go.
European Grand Prix type cars are coming to the Laguna Seca Continental Championships June 13th and 14th, Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be happening at America's foremost road racing circuit, Laguna Seca Raceway in Monterey, June 13th and 14th, in the form of the 1970 running of the Continental Championships. The $25,000 auto racing spectacular is for open-wheel Formula A cars, similar to the Formula One machines that tour the World Championship circuit. Drivers representing most of the European racing powers, plus a large contingent of top American drivers, will be there too. The machines come from factories overseas with such makes as McLaren, Lola, Lotus, Brabham, Surtees, and Cooper. American race car makers will be represented by Dan Gurney's Screaming Eagle. And for the first time this season, the Saturday card at Monterey will offer a full schedule of regional sports car events featuring more than 200 drivers from the western United States. Tickets for the weekend of Monterey Racing, sponsored by the Sports Car Racing Association of the Monterey Peninsula and sanctioned by the Sports Car Club of America, are now on sale at all Macy's and Ticketron agencies. Children under 12 will be admitted free.
This is KSAN Stereo 95 in San Francisco and Oakland. To me, this is the most beautiful song that I've ever heard Joan Baez do, and it's a cappella. That's Fleetwood Mac's new single. It's on Warner Brothers Reprise, and it's called World in Harmony. Yes, I'm right. For the first time, it's a brand new single, just came in today. Peter Green and Danny Kerwin. I wish they put out an album, man, of all their stuff and put Oh Well Part 1 and Part 2 on it, and the 2 sides of this new single and whatever else they conjured up. Please, come on, it's about time. And the Small Faces before that with Rod Stewart and the most beautiful band track by the Small Faces, Devotion, from the new first edition LP. Area code 615 Why Ask Why, and Joan Baez doing Tears of Rage a cappella.
Say, if you're going downtown for any reason, if you're only thinking about going downtown, or if you weren't thinking about going downtown, then maybe you should give some thought to going downtown and getting out and doing a thing at Kaplan's.
With those sound effects.
On Market Street between 6 and 6.
6 and 7.
6 and 7. Are you sure it's between 6 and 7?
It's between 6 and 7.
Are you sure it's not the one on the other side of town?
No, that's it.
It's between 6 and 7. You're
Right.
sure. On Market Street, right?
Right.
Called Kaplan's.
Right.
Okay. Well, walk into Kaplan's and ask for a boomerang. Or if a boomerang doesn't interest you, how about a French rucksack? Or what have you?
Or a whip.
A whip?
A whip.
Do they sell whips there?
Yes, they do, but you have to be very careful.
What else do they sell?
Jesus.
Sleeping bag? How about a sleeping bag?
Sleeping bag, long underwear.
Those kinds that you can like zip 3 or 4 or 10 together, right? Those are the good
Right. Those are the kind you'll pile into up in the mountains.
Yeah.
And they have tents that you can like climb 1 or 10 into.